I heard about the EMT class through some of my friends. Went to a ride along, took the class, and then I was kind of like, well, here I am.
Getting to meet people that you've helped previously and seeing them on the street, or they've come by the station to say hello and thank you. It's just a rewarding experience. I would do it all over.
Searching for an unforgettable summer for your child? At Old Nell's Farm, campers spend days riding horses, learning horsemanship, caring for animals, making new friends, and enjoying real farm adventures. From beginners to horse lovers, our small camps offer a fun, safe, hands-on experience they'll talk about all year. Old Nell's Farm, DeVille, Louisiana. Call 318-794-9533 to register. Spots are limited.
Hi, this is Pastor Roger L. Green Sr., pastor of the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. We're welcoming you to our worship services on Sunday morning. Sunday school begin at 8 a.m. Worship services begin at 9 a.m. Come and grow with us, a place of faith, family, and fellowship. We would love to have you. Come see us Sunday morning. We'll see you there.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.
Good afternoon, Central Louisiana. I'm Jack, and this is the Let's Talk show here on Urban Cast, an afternoon edition. Today's conversation is made possible by our silver sponsor, Acadian Ambulance. We appreciate their continued commitment to serving our communities across Central Louisiana. June the 1st through June the 7th is the National CPR and AED Awareness Week, a time focused on educating the public about life-saving skills that can make a difference during a cardiac emergency. Today, we're joined by Michael. Michael is the operations supervisor with Acadian. And yeah, he looks kind of young over there too. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in right now to discuss why CPR awareness matters and how everyday people can respond during emergencies, and why talking about action quickly can help save somebody's life. If you're watching live, drop your questions in the comments. We may bring them directly into the conversation. Michael, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. So my name is Michael Mulle. I'm the operations supervisor here for Central Louisiana for Acadian. I've been doing this for a little over 3 years now, and I absolutely love my job.
You absolutely love it. Let's start with the National CPR and AED Awareness Week. Why is this week so important?
So like you said, June 1st to the 7th is the National CPR and AED Awareness Week. And this week is so important because it really highlights the effectiveness and the skills needed to really handle an emergency situation, especially something as severe as a cardiac arrest. And it really encourages multiple people to feel confident when stepping into one of those emergencies.
The campaign focuses on everyday people learning CPR. Why is that message so important, man?
It's really important because, I mean, you see me here. I was just your everyday person, and I was able to learn it. And if I can do it, you know, anybody can do it. And it's a very, very needed skill, especially in homes and in different areas like public settings. It's very nice to know and to learn.
Yeah. A lot of people assume CPR is only for you guys over in the healthcare profession. What do you say to someone who feels intimidated by it, kind of afraid to?
Yeah, and that's 100% understandable. But the biggest thing to remember, even if you're not a healthcare professional, is that doing something is almost always better than doing nothing. You know what I mean? So CPR training today is really designed to be effective, easy to remember, and practical so that anybody can step in and really make a difference in their community.
All right. Many cardiac arrests happen at home. Why should families, take a look at it?
So with them mainly occurring at somebody's household, it's always nice to have at least one person who knows CPR. I always try and get any family to get as many people as they can to understand CPR and really know the basics of it. That way they can really step in and help one of their family members. Because if it's a loved one, you really want to do everything you can to protect them, to save them, to do anything.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, with us just, beginning to follow what's going on in the community and, and seeing various incidents happen throughout the community, and just if someone would have had just a little bit of knowledge, could have prolonged the time enough for you guys or the fire department, somebody to get there who could really keep things going.
Yes, sir.
We often hear that immediate CPR can double, just following or triple survival chances. Can you explain why that quick action is so important?
Yes, sir, absolutely. So the reason that immediate CPR is so effective in ROS patients, or return of spontaneous circulation, is because as soon as you start CPR, you are then effectively pumping blood that is carrying oxygen and carrying those things throughout the body and continuing to feed the body until somebody with advanced cardiac life-saving measures can step in and help you.
And I know I'm kind of going off a little bit here, but you see, we're going to jump down into the AD area in a few minutes, but you see a lot of times now it's a big focus, even in youth activities, and different things of that nature. So
yes, sir.
Let's talk about the hands-only CPR. What exactly is that?
So hands-only CPR is, like you said, for the families at home. They wake up and witness one of their family members in a cardiac arrest. Hands-only CPR is what they're going to perform. Their first action, of course, is going to be to call 911, but right after it's to just use your hands and start the chest compressions to keep that blood flowing, to keep the oxygen moving, and really make a difference.
Walk us through that, man. If you don't mind, if you could just walk us through that a little bit, or is that something that you can say right now, or can you tell us a little bit about what, I've never taken CPR, a person never taken it before.
Yes, sir.
What do I need to do? I'm listening to us talk right now, and this situation pops up. What can I do? And I don't know what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. No, 100%. I understand. So, they always stress it. The first thing you always want to do in this kind of emergency scenario is call 911. So we at Acadian, our dispatchers are actually also CPR trained and are able to give directions through the phone. So as soon as you call 911 and they patch you through to our Acadian dispatch, the dispatcher will be able to communicate with you, walk you through the steps, get an ambulance rolling. And the main thing you want to do as the person who did call is, like I said, just take your hands, put them like this. I always do the crisscross method. Place them right here, and you do the typical range is 100 to 120 beats per minute, which is that's the pace that you want to go at, and you just don't stop until somebody can get there and take over and really make a difference.
I hear you. Since we've been talking, you push that concept of dial 911 first, and then you start doing something. Why do you say that? I'm picking up on it over here.
That's good. Look, they always hammer that, man. I mean, of course, the CPR is very important, but hands-only CPR is very good for prolonging that time until ACLS can arrive and start pushing those cardiac drugs and start doing those different things. But calling 911 puts everything into effect. That is that first domino that needs to fall in order to save a life.
All right. And a lot of people have heard about that song, "Staying Alive, Staying Alive."
Yes, sir.
What's up with that connection?
I know it sounds funny, and you're gonna laugh because I still do it to this day. But it's really effective in almost pulling your mind out of that stressful scenario, while at the same time keeping you focused on the correct rhythm to maintain the most effective form of CPR that you can possibly have. So it's funny. I definitely understand why it's funny, but it's actually super effective.
No, it's that corny stuff that a time of crisis, your mind gonna
Yeah.
start reflecting right back, and that's what we really want to do. You know, we
Yeah, you want to
wanna
stay focused on what you're doing. Absolutely.
stay focused, stay serious, and keep it moving. What mistakes do you see people make? Commonly make when trying to help during an emergency.
Yes, sir. The most common one would be hesitation. And obviously it's a very stressful environment. I don't wish that upon anybody. It's one of the worst things that can happen to an individual. But the main focus when something like that does occur is to stay calm, be the voice of reason, especially with multiple people on scene. If you can stay calm, think purposefully, direct everybody, you'll have a much better outcome.
All right. And let's go ahead and change that focus a little. We talked about that CPR part. What is AED and how does that work? You hear people talking about it. They're in the airport, they're on the football field, they're here, they're there. What does that mean? I don't even know what that means. Talk to me.
Yes, sir. So an AED, or a automated external defibrillator, it's a device that anybody can use. It has verbal cues. It tells you step by step everything what to do, and it allows you to recognize and defibrillate any abnormal heart rhythm during a cardiac arrest. It is a very, very good, useful, and user-friendly tool that anybody can use.
And I guess we kind of stated, but if you don't mind, where will we see these AED devices now?
Yeah, I mean, like you said it, man. I mean, you hit it right on the head. Schools, churches, football, sports stadiums, anything like that, any sports complex. A lot of public spaces. I've seen it at a gym. I know I don't look like I go to the gym, but I've seen it there. So they mainly keep them everywhere, which is very good.
Yeah, it's a lot of parents that are pushing, having AEDs, around all sports, kind of like courts, fields, and having one, because often I know I just in my little short period of writing these stories, almost once or twice every summer you see an 11-year-old, a 14-year-old, having some type of a cardiac problem. So why do you think it's important for businesses and schools, churches, and spaces to have these? Why do you personally think that is really important?
Yeah, and honestly, I think you said it. I mean, when you have these 11-year-olds, 14-year-olds, and they don't have to be young, but when there is somebody who goes into that cardiac arrest, you want to be able to give them the most help possible as soon as possible for the best outcome. So the fact that all these facilities are able to provide one for their community is super beneficial, and it's very nice to see.
And what's your thoughts about using CPR and possibly using an AED as well, and together or whatever?
Yes, sir. I mean, that's something that as ACLS providers, we do defibrillation and CPR. It's the best type of tool to be able to really, really save a life. And that AED with the early defibrillation, that is one of the best factors in a ROCK patient, or like I said, that return of spontaneous circulation. Early defibrillation is a very good thing to have.
So something happening on the field, 911, somebody starting the compressions.
Yes, sir.
You're teaching me, man.
Oh, you got it, brother. You got it.
Under the stadium to get the AED. That's all a part of the whole process.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So typically, somebody would call 911, somebody would start CPR, and whoever started CPR would be like, hey, can you please go grab me the AED? That way you're not doing CPR, and you have those tools and resources, especially in a community center when you do have the people around. You definitely want to spread out your resources to make sure everything is getting done at the same time.
And why do you personally, again, from a professional standpoint and personal standpoint, why do you think more people should consider, when some organization is offering that CPR and or AED class, why do you think they ought to go take those courses?
Yes, sir. It is the best possible way to save a life one day is to be CPR and AED ready and able to use those tools. Honestly, it's probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. That is very smart.
And if you want to, if a young person, we just had a lot of them just graduated from high school. I'm gonna go off on a quick tangent here. So, but Acadian offers, a path to becoming a medic and all of that kind of good stuff. All they need to do is just jump out there and go to www.becomeamedic.com, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's how I did it.
Absolutely, absolutely. What age groups can learn CPR? Is it something teenagers or older folk, middle-aged folk, or is it something everybody could, begin to learn?
It is 100% something that anybody can do, and I strongly encourage everybody to do it and to learn it and to be, prolific in it, because it can really change. One, it can change your way of seeing things around you, and just knowing that in an emergency situation, you're prepared, you're ready. As anybody can do it.
Mm-hmm. And how long does it take for someone to one Saturday, if someone was offering that class, what's the typical time to learn CPR?
Oh, not long at all. I mean, like the AHA, that's something that Acadian uses whenever we do our EMR program, which is a 7-day program. One of those days you just go through the AHA. I think for me, it only took about 2 hours, 3 hours. It's really not long at all. Everything's online. They send you the card through an email. You get everything just like that. Technology, man, it's helpful.
Technology. Tell me about it. Yeah. What does it mean to you knowing someone in the community could save a life because of just a simple skill of, taking that 2-hour class Saturday morning and they learned it, and it's 15 years later, but they have this tool, this knowledge in their possession. What's your thoughts about that?
Honestly, it's really powerful knowing just how much a single person can really change their entire community by being that pillar, by being that person that, when people are scared or afraid, they can step up and really make a difference. So it's really nice knowing that, a lot of these people are getting that CPR card, are learning how to use an AED. It's very, very good.
Yeah. And clearly, I know about 2 weeks ago, there was a situation over in Pineville. A motorist there was a car accident, and there were motorists that pulled over to the side. And the Pineville Police Department reached out to us to say, please say thank you to these folk for stepping up until paramedics were able to get there on the scene. And you never know that those people who were just driving by may have just had those skills and help save somebody's life. So have you seen situations, where have you experienced situations where, bystanders just walked out, and when you guys got there, tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, absolutely. In this profession, it's a blessing and a curse. You get to save a lot of lives, but you also see a lot of not so good things. But I've had many calls where I walk in and, you have the family who's upset, but also at the same time, you have somebody sitting there over the patient doing compressions, knowing what's going on. And, it definitely makes a positive outcome for that patient. And when they have somebody there who's able to do that CPR until we're able to arrive. So yes, I have seen it. I've heard a lot of stories about it. It happens often, and they're the reason. We do what we can, but at the same time, it's just as much for them stepping up when they did than it is for us.
Mm-hmm. What message would you like to leave with families that or folk that might be watching right now, going to come back and watch it a little later? What message do you want to send to them about being prepared ahead of time?
Absolutely. Yeah, you never know when a true emergency will occur. And CPR is one of the simplest ways to be prepared to help somebody that you love. It's the simplest way you could possibly save one of your loved ones.
And if somebody wanted to learn CPR, schedule training, what should they do next? Outside of some organization saying we have a free CPR class, what can somebody do right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, AHA, the American Heart Association, I encourage you to go to their website. It's very easy to go through. It's got all the steps you need. I would go there, and like I always say, Acadian offers EMR class. It's only a week long. And we give you the step-by-step of getting your CPR card, getting you EMR certified, doing all that stuff.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Michael, you'd like to add before we proceed to get out of here this evening, this afternoon? That I think I asked you all the questions that I could think of, but was it anything that you thought that we might have missed that the audience might need to know?
I'll throw this. For anyone interested in taking their training even further, we also have an upcoming EMT class to our National EMS Academy beginning July 13th. And in Louisiana, the tuition is only $400, and it's a great opportunity to really take your skills to the next level. But besides that, man, I'm good.
Okay, so you're saying that it's how much now to
So our NIMSA class starting on July 13th is only $400 for tuition, which is lowest it's ever been. So now's a really good time if you wanted to take your skills to the next level. Now's a great chance.
And on top of taking your skills to the next level, having the ability to be offered a job at the end of the day.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. You upgrading yourself and your payroll.
Right. Well, I tell you what, Mike, we appreciate you joining us today and helping to educate our community about the importance of CPR and AEDs. The ability to respond during the first few moments can truly save someone's life. And conversations like this one prepares families and the community to take action when it matters the most. To our viewers, consider taking time to learn CPR and AED skills. You never know when that knowledge could help someone you love. And as always, we want to thank you guys for continuing to support UrbanCast by chiming in and watching these shows and being a part of this growing community. Also, a special thank you to our silver sponsor. I'm gonna say, Michael, you're gonna take that special thank you on behalf, and to our other business partners out there: Saddler's Towings, Long Product, Nader International Market, the Threadhead Embroidery, and Elegance Beauty Supply, and of course, O'Mel's Farm. We definitely say thank you to you guys, and we'll see you guys next time. Michael, if you could just hang tight for a few seconds, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream.
I heard about the EMT class through some of my friends. Went to a ride along, took the class, and then I was kind of like, well, here I am.
Getting to meet people that you've helped previously and seeing them on the street, or they've come by the station to say hello and thank you. It's just a rewarding experience. I would do it all over.
Searching for an unforgettable summer for your child? At Old Nell's Farm, campers spend days riding horses, learning horsemanship, caring for animals, making new friends, and enjoying real farm adventures. From beginners to horse lovers, our small camps offer a fun, safe, hands-on experience they'll talk about all year. Old Nell's Farm, DeVille, Louisiana. Call 318-794-9533 to register. Spots are limited.
Hi, this is Pastor Roger L. Green, Sr., pastor of the Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. We're welcoming you to our worship services on Sunday morning. Sunday school begin at 8 a.m. Worship services begin at 9 a.m. Come and grow with us, a place of faith, family, and fellowship. We would love to have you. Come see us Sunday morning. We'll see you there.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.